Howdy, 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 boys and girls. How's it
What is
going?
happening?
Not much, bro.
The Great White North.
The Great White North. I figured you'd be talking about this.
What's that? Go Tiger! Hail to the yes.
Another championship for the Tigers. We'll get into it when we get into that portion of the show.
You
But
what you know
don't
it.
be surprised if I throw one of these things up, my brother loses his damn mind.
That's what's up, fool.
I'll tell you what's up is the way that
Yeah.
woman dresses, man. She's not quiet about it. She is not quiet about it. She lets people know. You know what I'm
Good
saying?
for her, man. Good for her. That's what's up. That's what's going on. You can't stop it.
You can't stop it. That girl, what is that girl's name that came off the bench and went perfect from the field? What is her
Uh,
name?
Smoking hot? I don't know.
Smoking hot? Something to that effect. Hey,
Flush
Rhonda,
your
what's happening?
ass. You better check me. Oh, you're not? Correct. That's what her name is.
Foxy's in the house. Real Wade Nation. Laugh out loud. Fail. Yeah, listen to you, man. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see Louisiana sports get another championship under the
Hell
belt,
yeah,
and I
dude. We got
believe it's the first one in school history. Yep.
it is,
But
you know, Dale Brown, the great coach Dale Brown never even got the Tigers to the Final Four. I think that the highest they got maybe to the Elite Eight, never got to the title game. And they
well,
had
we're
some
going to
great
talk
teams.
about that when it comes up. Right now, the boss is getting on my
What do we
ass.
got? What do we got?
You know what we got? We
Top
got
of
the
the
top of the
heap.
heap. Before we can
You
talk
know
about
we're
the
gonna
fun
go on that
stuff,
shit.
before we can talk about the fun stuff, we got to talk about the lame crap. The shit that's on our TV screens 24/7. Actually, some of this stuff isn't on the TV screens, and that's a bad thing. Starting off with tonight, boys and girls, we've got. Oh, let's get the toasts in, right? Oh, look at this. Is that the football championship one?
This is the '03
2003?
national title.
Matt
Who did
Flynn?
they beat? Who did they beat for the national title game? Oklahoma
I believe
Sooners.
it was the Oklahoma Sooners. Was that Matt Flynn's team?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheers.
There you go. Cheers. I got
No,
the
oh, there
virus,
it is.
the
Okay.
virus of unknown origin, of course.
Mhm.
You know.
Mhm. Oh, Guinness is so good.
Taking it light. Yeah, dude. We were talking about Guinness the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was on a military nerds show I was on, and I said, "Yeah, my brother would run with you all day long, Gary."
Man,
He said that's his stuff is Guinness.
that's the good stuff, bro.
Yep.
Telling you.
All right,
Right.
boys and
Second
girls,
is JD though.
you go,
Mhm.
man. I'm not having any of that. I got to produce the show, bro. And besides, I got to drink for video gaming later. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Got to do
okay,
that
yeah.
later.
Pop Joe
So,
Gamer.
the Pop Joe Gamer After Dark. You
Love
know
that. Mm-hmm.
that one that you love so much.
Mm-hmm. It's my favorite. My
Okay.
favorite.
Let's see what's going on in the chat before we get started here. Real Wade says, King Joe, you playing tonight on Twitch later? Yes, I am, as you just heard. Did you hear about Biden wanting both? Both what? Joe,
Yeah,
switch it up,
boom.
laugh out loud.
Suck.
Get tequila. I'm not, no. Tequila, no. Do I look Hispanic in any way to you? No, I'm not a tequila man. Sorry. Sorry about that. I do
What the
like
chat was referencing, Joe,
Corona because
Biden was considering. Go ahead.
I'm just telling him I drink Corona because I can use salt and lime and get rid of this skunk pea taste.
Skunk pea. Skunk
Yeah,
pea.
so I don't like beer. I really don't. I like Jack Daniels. Both on college basketball. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what we got to start with tonight, boys and girls. And we got the Russia-Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 407. Let that sink in, boys and girls. It's more than a year.
Yeah, that
407
shit is still
of the
going
invasion.
on.
Says here that Macron says he counts on Xi to bring Russia to reason. Xi? He must be talking about the Chinese
That's
leaders.
the China
Okay.
dictator, for lack of a better
Swedish
term.
prosecutor says actors behind Nord Stream sabotage still unclear. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's the headlines on day 407 of the invasion. Let's see what's going on in the headlines around the world. Russia issues nuclear threat ahead of Ukraine counteroffensive. And that's from, what is that? It's a NATO organization, I believe. No, it's a think tank, if I remember correctly. Russia trying to use nuclear threats to discourage Kiev's Western backers from providing military aid ahead of an expected counteroffensive, according to a new assessment. Speaking on Tuesday, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu. Is he like a German geneticist experiment, a Russian Japanese guy or something? Soigu? Anyway, issued reinvigorated nuclear blackmail rhetoric, according to Washington-based Institute for the Study of War, ISW, think tank.
This is an interesting story, right? Because he's saber rattling and nukes and going to threaten this and that and the other, and then there's another headline where he's supposedly he's fired one of his top military leaders. He may be firing more. So, one hand I'm going to launch nukes, and the other hand he's firing his heads of his military arms. So, it's a lot of chaos going on.
I saw that one. We didn't even put that in a thread, did we?
No, I think it came in late.
I saw that one earlier today. Yeah, that he's planning on firing a bunch of people.
Yeah. So I don't know how he's going to launch any nukes.
That's probably one we're going to see next week. Yeah, he hasn't done it yet, but sources say he's leaning towards doing it. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to clean this as I go so I don't get lost.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
I'm doing it, sir. I'm doing it. The next one we got is about, of course, our man, Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang. No, he kill him, man.
Because
got my dillies on the pepper tank.
He's got his dillies on the pepper side, okay?
You know he does.
And when you do,
Russia's President Vladimir Putin could be a dead man walking. A former CIA counterintelligence chief told an interviewer. A former CIA official laid out why he believes Putin could be eliminated as leader of Russia.
Yeah, somebody needs to step in over there. It's probably going to come from within. Somebody.
In an interview with The Sun, James Olsen said, "I think Putin will be taken out." Olsen said there is a strong undercurrent of opposition to Putin among military and oligarchs.
Yep.
Wow.
And you have to take that with a grain of salt. Is this factual? Is this, substantial?
Right.
But we've talked about this before, and for me, I think the only way this stops is that he's taken out. Because he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop.
No, his whole attitude is
sabotage.
You know what I'm saying? And when you have sabotage as an attitude, you're going to go.
And he's got this one to throw around too.
What a tie.
They did try to talk some sense to him. He says, "What a tie!
What a tie!" That's what he does.
Launch some nukes.
Hey, guess what? You being in the camera just reminded me we did not see the axe. What are you playing tonight, dude?
This is one of my favorites. This might be my favorite. This is my T-Burst. Flaming T-Burst, man. It's got a beautiful color on it. Look at that flamage on that wood, man.
There can be only one.
There can be only one.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Russian troops are dying in Ukraine due to heavy alcohol consumption, poor weapons handling, and hypothermia. UK intel says Russian troops are dying in Ukraine due to incidents linked to alcohol consumption. UK MOD says.
You ooze in the wintertime, you pass out in the wintertime, you die of hypothermia. There you go.
This is true. Heavy drinking is tactically accepted by the military. What?
You might be getting killed today, so fuck it. Just get drunk.
Throw that vodka down, son.
This might be it for you today. So if you're going to go with a smile.
That's fucked up, man. Even in combat operations, said the ministry estimated that Russian has suffered up to 200,000 casualties since the war began. Well, not
200,000
all
casualties.
because of this, but wow,
200,000
dude.
casualties, man.
I got an Article 15 because I was too drunk to show up for work. An Article 15.
That's the United States, dude. We turned it to 11. Okay, so over there,
I guess they're a little more lax than the military, man. I guess you can just pound vodka all day. It doesn't matter to them.
Yeah,
Right?
pass out, die of fucking frostbite. You know.
Oh man, let's see. Rhonda says it's Jimmy Olsen, a reporter for the Daily Planet. Listen to you, you're crazy. All right, let's see. What is next? What is next, boys and girls? Let's find out. Oh yeah, this was an interesting story I saw. Russian war blogger killed in St. Petersburg blast. First of all, that's an explosion in St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, that's deep within Russian territory, like the capital.
Well, if you read that story, it might be, they're Russian backers that set that bomb. If you read that story, they took out some people, but they're definitely. It seems like they're targeting that guy who is pro-Russia, but he did have some really sour things to say about the war effort. So.
Yeah.
You can't say anything against Mother Russia, man.
No, because, hey, look, Putin, he hate to kill a man.
Sign your pity on the running kind.
And that's what happens. When you talk against the state, you sign your pity on the running.
So what's the count at? Wasn't it at 40 last week? Now it's 41?
41.
But wait, this guy.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
And that's what Putin's message to everybody. Okay, that's his message.
But didn't you say this guy was a pro behind the war?
He was pro Russia, but in his blog he had said some sour things about the war effort because it's not going well.
Oh well, okay.
So you can't even say anything. If you're not all the way in, then you're all the way out.
What a tie.
And that's what it was.
Because you know why his attitude was like that. Because Putin was up there. Talking about
You little white-faced, disloyal buck.
Exactly. If you're not all in, you are out, dude.
Speaking of those folks, we got more saber rattling than we can shake a stick at. China sends carrier group off of Taiwan coast ahead of U.S. meeting. What's up with that?
Oh,
China, which claims democratically governed Taiwan is its own territory, has warned of unspecified retaliation if the meeting goes ahead. Weren't they doing this the last time we went over there?
Every time.
Nothing happened of it?
It's always, yawn.
Who went? Was it Biden himself went over last time?
No, it was the speaker, Nancy Pelosi. When it was
Pelosi went over.
Not going.
Right? Wasn't that last fall we were covering that? Yeah, yeah. And they were talking that smoke then.
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah.
They were talking that smoke then. That's all right.
Please, disperse. Nothing to see here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the scary part is China definitely has the strength. If they unleashed, I mean, they could really do some damage. But let's hope it doesn't come to that, man. So.
Yeah. Real Wade Nation says, laugh out loud. You missed my North Korea comment. Oh, this one? That's what they said for years on years? Yeah. Well, we got more. Well, since you brought up North Korea, let's see what those fools are up to. We don't really care because we're pretty much dangling right above their heads talking about go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. flies nuclear-capable B-52s, probably right out of this base right here I'm right next to.
Sure.
B-52 bombers amid North Korea tensions because we're probably doing our yearly exercise with the South Koreans. It's probably what's going on there. So, yeah,
Well, I'm sure
danger
they've
zone.
upped their sortie packages, and they're doing a lot of flyovers. And
Yep.
hey, if they're going to do that, we've got to meet that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
we
they
don't
have to.
respond to some kind of exercise or something like that, we don't want to show weakness for sure. And our military is never going to do that anyway. So if you want to
No.
jump in the fray and start measuring penises, we'll do that. If you want
Hey,
to.
Because
Ask the
what? We're not
Japanese when
worried
they
about it.
attacked Pearl Harbor. They did that, and I was okay.
We know what
Get
happened.
into fight now.
Yeah. I mean, don't worry about North Korea because
Floating failure.
they are, man.
Look, they just
Oof.
keep launching missiles, and if you just leave them alone, they're just going to whittle down their own arms all by
Right?
themselves, shooting
That-
them off into the ocean.
Yeah, he's got to build more, right? Yeah. What the hell? Okay. Well, coming back to our own country, there was a little news story this week that you couldn't get the hell away from on Tuesday, and that was that. Let's see where I lost
Trump
the one.
Meister.
Yeah, here it is. Donald Trump pleads not guilty to 34 felony counts in hush money case.
34 felony counts.
Trump made the plea in the Manhattan criminal courthouse early Tuesday afternoon, making him the first U.S. president to be arraigned on criminal charges. Afterward, he boarded a 737. This is how serious this is, guys. They didn't put him in cuffs. They didn't throw him in a clink. They didn't take his passport. They let him get on a plane.
Yeah, it's all about smear tactics now. I mean, and to your point, we talked about pre-show. The Clintons have just a trail of bones behind them wherever they go. I mean,
while you're talking,
they're not even trying to hide it,
Yeah.
really. I mean, they just wipe people out left and right, and you don't see any kind of indictments coming down, on them.
Not at all. There was a tweet my buddy
What
put out.
difference does it make? Yeah, somebody should have shot that bitch right there in the in the Capitol building when she said that shit.
No, Putin sounds like North Korea. Yeah, he does. Let's see. Oh, he's sending emojis. There's only one. Yes.
There can't be only one.
It 1 and 33 of the same. Yeah. You're right about that, Real Wade. What he's talking about, if you read this indictment, it's the same thing 34 times.
Yep.
It's just, and none of it looks like it's substantial at all. Meanwhile, the same day, now guys, the same day when this was going on, Eric Trump tweeted out that his father was awarded more than $121,000 in legal fees from Stormy Daniels just hours after the arraignment. In other words, she lost another case against him. She's lost 2 civil cases against him and had to pay him. The first one was she owes him like $500,000 for defamation.
Defamation.
This is just. I don't think they understand that they're playing right in. But hey, it's having the effect that they want. You see right here photos of protesters clashing as Trump pleads not guilty. Boys and girls, I'll show you the pictures, but this is all to take your eye off the ball.
Yep.
To take your eye off of the top story we're talking about and all the billions we're sending over there. Yep. That's what all this is for.
Don't pay attention to how the freaking gas prices jumped up like 70 cents.
Yeah, they did.
In less than a week's time.
Yeah.
I mean, I fueled up today. It was $3.39. It was $2.84 last Monday. I mean,
Did you hear about China and Saudi and Iran achieved peace? Nope, haven't heard any of that. But I have heard, I think we covered something earlier in our run, like late last year, about them trying to come together for a new, like EU type monetary system, wasn't it, Dan? They were trying to come up with their own currency.
Yes.
So that's probably what that has to do with.
Rock
but yeah,
on.
we got pictures here of protesters. Lock him up with the orange man and all that stuff. But it's just so silly to me, man. The fact that they're giving it. Yeah, he said it's old now. Yeah, for sure. That we covered that a few months ago, man.
Yeah.
But this is just silliness. I don't understand why anybody can take this seriously. It's been going on for how long now? If they had something on him, they'd have thrown him in jail already, guys. They don't have anything on this guy. This is all a campaign of friggin' propaganda to try and make you think
I
he's
don't
a
know where these
bad guy.
people have the time on a Tuesday, a work day, to go hang out and protest.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Dan. You talk a lot about the Uniparty, how they're high-fiving after the lights go down and the cameras are off, right? They're all on the same team.
They're
Well,
laughing at this, man.
That's, it's so silly, man. It really
It
is.
is. They're laughing at us. We, the people, are getting laughed at.
Well, what I lost my train of thought there for a second, but the Uniparty we speak of, they're scared of this guy. You notice the Republicans aren't jumping to his defense at all. They aren't. They're letting him hang. They're letting him dangle. They don't want him in the elections. They don't want to have to do a primary against him. You know what I mean?
No, nobody. I mean, either side, they don't want to see this guy anymore. And Trump, he's a billionaire. He's a successful businessman, but he's finding out right now that when you jump in that political arena and you play against that old money, that old power money, that is the politician, that is the problem in our government, you're going to lose every time. You're going to
It's like
lose,
going from college to the NFL, baby. Yeah, you've jumped up into a place that you better know what you're doing. Your head better be on a swivel. Yeah. You might end up like Kurt Warner. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll say this till the day I die: when the lights go out and the microphones go off, they all walk hand in hand together to whatever fucked up island they go to and do their little fucked up things.
Right.
While they take our money and spend our money and throw it all over the place and raise taxes on us. They don't live in our world. Donald Trump dared to jump in that world and make a change, and he's getting slaughtered for it.
Yep. And look, know this, guys. We are not Trump idolizers.
I didn't even vote for the man when he won.
We do. Yeah, in the primary, I was pulling for. I couldn't vote for because I'm a registered Republican, but I was pulling for Tulsi Gabbard that last election.
I pulled for Ben Carson in the primary, and he got Trump put the boots in with the work he spit out, and then I voted for the Texas senator. Damn, I can't remember his name now. Ted Cruz.
Yeah,
that's Ted Cruz.
Okay, well, we got a few other stories this week.
But I will say I did, after the 4 years of the Trump administration, I did vote for him the second time he ran because I liked the way the country was going. Yeah. Economically and, social security and, the defense of our nation, both here and abroad. I liked the way our country was going.
Yeah.
And I vote for him the second time. So, yeah.
Yep. Well, anybody that doesn't understand, I was talking on a show earlier this week on a friend's thing, and I told him about how you always post to Facebook with gas prices. And I said, I guarantee you, all you have to do to figure out what the difference was when Biden got into office, he turned off the fucking pipeline, and guess what? Those friggin' gas prices shot through the roof. Yep. And if you want proof, go look at my brother's timeline on Facebook. He will show you the proof. Yep. Everybody had more money in their wallet when Trump was in office.
Oh my God, dude! I mean, $28 that filled my gas tank for my truck. $28 now gets me half a tank.
Half a tank. It's twice as much.
That affects me directly. That's a big selling ticket for me. If you raise
guys like you,
most of us, we have to travel for work.
Yeah.
Not everybody's sitting home working at a computer. We have to travel.
Yeah.
But they don't care.
I'm lucky to be living in a town where I can get anywhere in 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah. You live in a mammoth fucking metropolitan area where it takes you a while to get anywhere. So
anybody lives in a big city area, big metropolitan area like JoJo was talking about, you can't get anywhere very quickly, so gas prices are huge. They are.
Today, when I went to that funeral, which I'll talk about later, that was probably the longest drive I've taken around here in a while. Yeah. I went
you have to go over Shreveport?
Keithville. No, it's in Keithville.
Keithville. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
deep drive. In Keithville, like on the other side of it. But anyway, okay. We got a few more here in the top of the heap. This one Danny brought to us last week, and Biden is chiming in, tells Russia to release the U.S. reporter. Now, there was a story last week that Danny couldn't get the article in where there was a Russian higher up in their government that was asked about it, and he said, "Well, I'll check the death camps and the torture chambers
graveyard.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, that guy's inappropriate as hell. But anyway, Biden's asking for the release of him. Called on Russia Friday to release the Wall Street Journal reporter Ivan Gershkovich. Wow, Gershkovich. I almost got it the first time.
Hey, God bless this guy for being over there and doing his job reporting. And he had full credentials. He was approved by the Russian government to be over there and report on these things. And man, I tell you what, he
being
must love his
held
job
on
because how he
espionage
gets the fuck out of there.
charges while rebuffing a call from the paper's editorial board to expel Russia's journalists from the United States. So, yeah.
We haven't had one of our reporters arrested for espionage since the last Cold War. That's how long it's been.
Yeah.
So, we're repeating, as a species, we're repeating. We're going right back to that old thing, so.
Did we
Like
hear
we said
about
before,
Bush
I think
beer?
the only way it's gonna end
I got a
is
beer
Putin
story
getting
later
it.
on. What'd you say, Dan? I'm sorry.
I said the only way this thing is going to turn around and actually, the war will end is if Pootie Tang is taken out. I mean,
Pootie Tang. I mean, when you're messing with Pootie Tang,
hey,
you are messing with
the danger zone.
Danger zone! Danger zone! Danger zone!
Yeah,
that's the
messing
truth.
with the danger zone.
You can't say a word against the the Pootie Tang because you will be no more.
You're gonna lose. You're
You're
gonna
gonna
lose.
Yep.
We never learn, Real Wade Nation says. Yeah. Okay, we had a sad story out of the Chicago area, and it was headbangers during a storm.
Oh yeah.
A roof at Morbid Angel concert in Illinois collapses. 1 dead, 28 hospitalized. Now, when I first read this, they've had some horrific club accidents with like pyro and stuff, and I didn't know if this had something to do with it, but apparently it was during a big rainstorm. The Belvedere Police Department said 260 people were in the venue when the collapse occurred as a heavy storm rolled through the area. Apparently that had a lot to do with what happened.
Sure. You wonder how old that venue is, so
Right.
it's just
Well, you see
unfortunate.
that picture there. It took some serious damage. So
Yeah, there's no doubt.
yeah, let's pray for those folks up there in
That's a
Illinois.
sad story indeed.
Yep. Oh, we're not ready for that yet. And of course he starts yelling at me, man.
That's
What
what's
the hell?
up, dude.
He starts yelling at me, bro. Why is the guy always got to be yelling at me?
What do we got? What do we got?
Ow.
Yeah, Al's always yelling at me.
What do we
But
got?
you know
We
what?
got-
This guy wasn't playing for LSU this week, was he? No.
Dude, he's got good form though.
He's
I mean,
got good form, but yo.
He get that shot off because he shakes and bakes.
Philip
just
Seymour Hoffman. I miss that guy. He was great, dude.
Yeah, he
really
was.
was. That's
Jay
a
Cutler,
shame.
I missed him too. The placeholder, gotta miss that guy for taking the pill right in the face,
Right? What the hell? No,
Hey, you ready?
boys and
Whoa,
girls.
whoa.
I think my brother will let you know what the top story is this week. It's the LSU
Go
women
Tigers.
doing it up. Hang on. Show us that again, Daniel. Show us that again.
Handling the business.
Champions once again. Yes. Actually, the women's program for the first time in their history, they are
Yeah,
national
absolutely.
champions, beating
Absolutely.
Iowa. And not, look, guys, they weren't nice about it. Okay. As you can see here, the final score was not even close.
No. It closed a little bit. That's what's up. They closed a little bit in the third. I think they got within 9 in the third. Let me tell you what. That shooting guard for Iowa, that chick is for real, dude.
Yeah. Now, there was, I don't know if
She's
you
for
saw that or
real.
not, but she was doing the John Cena thing. And,
Yeah.
and one of the LSU girls did it back to her, and they were giving her grief about it. She's like, hey, she did it to me first. You
They
know?
were, and she was doing that on the game they won previous. She was doing that to the team that they beat. So
Yeah.
she's she does it.
She's
so,
a good player. Not
Yeah,
to take
she's a
anything away
monster.
from her. She
She's a monster
she put up
player.
like 40 the week before in the final the Final Four game, right?
Yeah.
Didn't she put up 40?
She has range like the kid for Curry. She's got that kind of range. And even when somebody's on her, she has the dribbling capability to really shake just to get enough to get that shooting hand free. And she's deadly, man. She is deadly. But she was the only one. LSU had waves of players, and that one girl that came off the bench.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm fixing to read here. LSU's Jasmine Carson was on fire in the NCAA title game with 21 points and a perfect first half. She went perfect from the field.
But if you watch the highlights of that game, they were a lot of times she was just wide open. They were lagging off. They were doubling down, and because LSU is loaded, they're loaded for bear. And she, to her credit, she came through and every shot she banged it home, man. She was ripping it. She really was.
Okay, hang on. I'm fixing to play this. You may get a little echo if you talk. Just hang on a second. All right, guys. I hope you can hear this. Let's see. Where's my volume?
This is Jerry, by the way.
All right. This is right at the buzzer for the first half.
Poa hands it off. Carson banks it in. My goodness, it's wizardry.
That is crazy.
Coming off the screen, just flings it up there in time.
Clearly
The
up in
three
the
goes
air
down.
in plenty of
Wow,
time.
what a 20 minutes of shooting by the LSU Tigers.
Carson with 21 points, 5 for 5 from 3. She's with Holly.
Wow.
Yeah. How often do you see that in the big game, title game? There's always somebody, that steps up and has a monster game that's in the shadows. They're not usually the star player, but it takes that team to win that title, man. And she was that key player, man. She was on fire, for real.
Yep. Says here, her stat line in the first half in this tweet, 21 points, 7 for 7 field goals, 5 for 5 from the three-point line. Oh, my God.
She was
Good
smashed.
Lord. She tore that shit up, dude.
She did.
That is crazy.
Iowa's lagging off of her because, she wasn't one of the big
She's
time.
not one of the starters, right? We're not worried about her, right?
To her credit, though, she made them pay. I mean,
Yes,
she busted their ass.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
LSU blitzes Iowa. Caitlin Clark for sizzling national title fueled by bench hero Jasmine Carson. I mean, the headlines are all over the place about this girl and what LSU did. It's pretty amazing, man. It's pretty amazing stuff. It really is.
It really is. LSU has got a long history of good basketball. Dale Brown, the famous head coach from LSU, a highly talented coach, never won the title. Even he had some great Shaquille O'Neal. He was on a Dale Brown team. They never won the title. So it takes a chick from the Lady Tigers to come on up or come on down actually, and coach that team to the title. She knows how to win. She knows what it takes because of her pedigree with the Lady Tigers. And it's a good head coach, a great squad. They're deep. They're talented. And
that girl right there?
That's what's up.
Right there?
Ooh. Go Tigers. That's what's up.
Let me see what's going on in the comments here. He says, Joe backdoor. No, I don't do the backdoor thing. That's Gary's thing, man. No, the guy on another show, he has videos just for when somebody breaches the back door. He plays these videos, man. He also says Cutler was a joke. No, Cutler was not a joke. Cutler was a fierce thrower of the football. It's just he thought he could throw it through people, and sometimes
Cutler
it was the guy on
added
the
some
other team.
flavor to football. I mean, I like character players. Whatever it is, they bring some flair to the game. He wasn't afraid to throw it down the field.
No, he wasn't.
So,
love Cut Daddy. Actually, you know what, Real Wade, you need to check out Smokin' Jay Cutler. I don't know if that website's still up, but the way he looks, he's always like this. He always like that. There's a whole website dedicated to taking those pictures and having a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. It's called Smokin' Jay Cutler. It's fucking hilarious. Let's see. That's what I'm talking about. Joe Biden wants LSU and Iowa to come to the White House. Yeah. Hell
that's
yeah.
horseshit. That's horseshit. Total
whatever.
horseshit.
Just LSU. Thank you. The champs.
That's right.
The champ is here.
And
hey, by the way, if you didn't know, the champ is here. Okay? The champ.
That's what's up, LSU Tigers. And just on that note, even that chick from Iowa, when she heard that, she says, "No, I'm not down for that."
Mhm.
She, the winner gets to go. If you win, you get to go.
That's right. If you
That's
win,
it.
you get to go. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, let's see what we got next. Oh yeah, this, according to my brother, this was a close one for the Simple Jack Award this week. Patriots
Oh,
Bill
absolutely.
Belichick to coach Commanders after
Oh,
Dan Snyder sells. What is this horse shit, Daniel?
Yeah, that's one of their rags from the Commandos. And they're saying, under new ownership, the new ownership would want to make a big splash and would bring Bill Belichick in as the head coach and blah blah blah. Never gonna happen, bro.
No,
Stupid.
never gonna happen. That guy, no, he will never coach another NFL franchise.
I just don't think he would, man. I mean,
No.
I think Bob Kraft have a great working relationship. Kraft doesn't bother him, and he runs the show. Bill
Yeah.
Belichick, make no mistake, Bill Belichick runs the show there in New England.
Yeah.
And I just don't see him going anywhere else. And that story was just stupid. I mean,
It was stupid.
how do you see a lot of that shit anymore?
It was
anyway?
completely dumb. But I got another stupid one to show you. This might be the guy that wrote that article. This is a fella that went to a baseball game, and he decided he was going to propose to his lady without checking with security. Let's find out what happened to him, shall we?
Mhm.
He's going to propose to his lady on the field. Something tells me he didn't tell security that he was doing this. There she is, taking pictures of the whole thing. It's a great moment.
Oh! You may have to edit and turn out the lights, idiot.
Right? We might have to put that one in there. What the hell?
Oh,
What in the hell? Let's see him get pounded one more time without any sound. Yeah, he might have to go in to turn out the lights, huh, Dan? What you think?
he a house. Oh,
He got hammered. 1, 2, hammer time.
Hammer
Danny, hammer
he
time.
got freaking smoked,
He got
man.
fucking smoked, man. You need to tell security what's happening when you're going to do shit like that, man.
Could his fiance not have said, "Look,
Right?
it's coming right at
Look,
you"?
get out of the way when it's coming at you.
You know what I mean?
What the hell, man?
Warn my dude.
Oh, my God.
Ring play got blown off into the freaking outfield, and nobody knows where it is. He's cut. He said no.
He said no. They said no. He ain't getting married tonight. He's going to jail. That's where he's going.
He's jail.
Well, probably the biggest story. Now, if you guys didn't see WrestleMania, it was pretty good this year, but it didn't have the ending we quite wanted. Roman Reigns is still the champion. But the bigger news, bigger than WrestleMania, WWE Endeavor-owned UFC to merge into $21 million
There's going to be bursting?
giant. There's going to be bursting. Yes. Yes, absolutely. They'll combine Endeavor Group mixed martial arts franchise UFC to form a new publicly listed entertainment giant valued at 21
$20 bucks? That's what's up.
20
dude.
bucks. $21 billion dollars. The company said on Monday. Wow. So Vince finally freaking sold it. And now that it's sold, he's decided he wants to screw it up again. So he's back. Everybody was upset about Raw. What you guys tune into my wrestling show on Sunday. I will talk all about it. But yeah, Vince is clearly back. He started coloring his hair. He grew a mustache. This guy is off his rocker. He is just.
I saw a picture of him, man, in some meme they had him with a sombrero on. I didn't even recognize the guy, man. Black hair, black mustache.
He colored
what?
his hair. He's got this fucking wafer thin mustache, like one of those Monty Python
I
mustaches.
guess he thinks
man.
he's fooling somebody. I
I
don't know.
guess. I hate to tell you, Vince, you're 75, man, 77, something like that. He's up in his 70s, for sure.
He's old. He's just too old.
He is old. Oh man, but that's a good move though. I mean, getting with the UFC, they're saying there's going to be a bunch of layoffs because they're going to merge a bunch of shit.
So has he merges? So does he still have part ownership, or
he's still
what's
got
his role?
he's still got the decision making power.
Wow.
Endeavor's got 51%, and WWE's got 49%.
Okay.
Right? They've got a little bit more percentage than he does, but when it comes to voting
He's
power,
the minority
he's got most
share-
of the shares.
Yeah.
He's the majority shareholder still. So yeah, it's crazy. But hey, Dan, don't worry about that because
That's what's so good time.
Yeah. What's up, man? Oh man,
Yep.
shit. He said I'm wearing that out. He's yelling at me, man.
What do we got? What do we got?
You know what we got?
Impossible.
We got the Flix.
Look
bro.
at Luke get his friggin' hand whacked off, dude.
Look at Rocky
Rocky
getting
keeps
pounded
it
relentlessly by friggin' Ivan Drago.
Oh,
Good Lord.
get some fist, bro.
That's all right. We got
Old Bruce
75-year-old
Willis, God bless him.
Harrison Ford
Somebody-
fitting to come back in another Indiana Jones movie. What the F?
Somebody said they saw Bruce Willis the other day, a picture of him. It's like the lights have gone out, man. I mean, it's sad. Yeah, sad. I don't even want to see it. I don't want
The
to see
next
it.
time I talk about Bruce Willis, it'll be the day he dies. I
Yeah.
don't really want to talk about him anymore. Really
That's
don't.
rough.
I'm going to
rough.
remember Bruce the way he was
Yeah.
because I am a huge. I don't know if you know how big a Bruce Willis fan I am, dude.
How big of a fan are you?
He was a bartender just like me. He was a stuttering
Amazing.
bartender when they found him before they put him on Moonlighting. A stuttering bartender in New York. Yup. But apparently he must have showed he must have impressed somebody. But it's not as impressive as this.
That's what's up. Hey, cheers to the LSU Tigers.
Yes. But we are now in the Flix. So let's talk about last weekend's box office.
Flumps, I
None
think.
of these movies are doing very good. None of them are doing very good. Dungeons and Dragons comes in with 37,000, or excuse me, 37 million, which I've heard that's a decent movie.
We went and saw it last Friday, and I'm telling you right now, was surprisingly good. It was a good movie, great story.
They
and
said it
also-
was not. It said a lot of the guys that I trust, like yourself, said that it was not the greatest movie in the world, but it's fun. So
It's fun. It's a fun movie, and it's not overdone. It's not oversaturated with CGI, visual effects.
right.
What they have is in there, sprinkled in there, and it just flows really good with the movie. And furthermore, if you're not a Dungeons and Dragons player, they don't use the language and terminology that would. If you're watching it, you wouldn't go, "What are they talking about?" It's
Right.
not.
Yeah, I heard it's safe
so
for
it's for
normies to
everybody.
go see. Yeah, but I heard there's Easter eggs for guys that have played it that you
I'm
will
sure there are.
recognize. Yeah,
I'm sure there are. I wouldn't have recognized it, So
But you know I will if I
it's
go
a good
see it.
movie. It really is a good movie. I
used
dug
to
it.
do it every Saturday night with my boys, man. Yeah.
I dug it. Dug that movie.
Okay,
yeah.
so we got that one. John Wick. He's still in double digits. He's getting 28 million. That's got
Love
him
that
at
movie. If you like John Wick and the formula that they used for the previous three, you'll like that movie.
His Only Son comes in at 5 million. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Scream 6 is still collecting millions every week, dude.
Where's Puss in
Creed
Boots is
3.
gone? Oh wow,
Puss
man.
in Boots finally fell off, dude.
Come on, man.
Where is he? He's all the way
Look
down
at
here
those
at number
box
16.
office
bro.
numbers, dude. Those box office numbers are just terrible.
They are. Look, the top movie. This is not a win for Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, that's not a big weekend for that. You know what I mean? So
I thought it would be bigger than that since Dungeons and Dragons is a long-standing game. I think it said that it started in 1972, maybe. I mean, but everybody knows Dungeons and Dragons. I thought that would do better, but
yeah, the first
it's a
movie
good
was
movie.
a flop.
I'm
It
glad
was
we went and saw
horrible.
it.
The first movie back around the turn of the century was horrible. It was
Yeah, it's too much CGI and just crap, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, movies,
But-
if you have a good story, you got to have a good story, good
Yeah.
writing. That's your
Yeah.
foundation.
The big news out of pop culture this week, though, was what happened at the Disney annual shareholders meeting conference call. Disney CEO Bob Iger confirms company will continue to get involved in politics. Compares grooming your children with gender identity and sexual orientation to civil rights and the Holocaust.
Okay, so this is just another example of a very rich person in a bizarre world that they live in.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre.
Apparently, they have screeners that screen these. What they do is they basically, if you look up, they had this thing where The Rock did a video about how he's doing a live action remake of some show, something that Disney had animated before. And anyway, they show you what they're going to do this year, and then they have shareholders asking questions. Well, apparently, what some of these shareholders did was they offered up a certain question to the screeners, and then asked a different one because Iger, from all the sources I've listened to, and you can look up the shareholders call itself on YouTube. They all said he sounded like he was under attack whenever he's answering some of these questions. You know what I mean? They faked him out.
The shareholders, Disney is a long-standing company. They made a lot of money, but I mean, if you're a shareholder in today's world, you got to be concerned about the direction of Disney because you might be losing your shirt. So and when the CEO stands up there and says, "We're not changing our course," you can just look at your money disappearing. Disney as a whole, they'll survive, but the people, the shareholders, man, I mean, that wouldn't be good for me,
And more trouble for them. Their biggest competition, Universal, is about to probably have the biggest movie of the damn year, man. It's projected that the box office for this weekend's Super Mario Brothers movie is heading for a huge $141 million plus opening this weekend.
Let's keep this article because I would be interested to see, your tickets, your box office tickets after this thing's open, see if it actually hits that because I just don't see people going to the theater in droves anymore, man.
But the reason why they're thinking this one is though this is an Easter weekend film that it opened early screenings last night.
Yeah.
And so Illumination and Universal's Nintendo adaptation started off Wednesday with an estimated 31.7 million. That's what Dungeons and Dragons damn near made across the entire weekend last weekend, and it did it last night. Yeah. So I see where they're coming from. This
it's a long-standing game. It's one that a lot of generations know this game and have affection for this game. I played this game. I played that. I played Donkey Kong. There's a lot of different characters in these games. I'll go see it. Me and Kim will go see this movie. It looks like it'd be one of those movies you really got to see in the theater. So.
Yep. And of course, not everybody's happy about it though. You want to talk about the millionaires that don't know what to do with themselves. Former Luigi actor John Leguizamo says hell no to watching Super Mario Brothers movie due to casting. They messed up the inclusion.
Look at the face they got. I love these pictures they have of these knuckleheads. John Leguizamo, I like, just about everything he's been in.
Right.
I like him as a stand-up comedian. Messed up in the inclusion. Man, give me a break, would you please? I guess he was a cast member on maybe a TV version or a cartoon.
It was the first movie they made of this. What is the British actor's name that played Mario, the plumber? He was the guy that was in the Jackie Chan movie, where the really good one. I think it was called Unleashed. It's the one where he had the dog collar. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? The detective. That guy.
Yeah.
He was Mario in the first movie.
Okay.
It was before it was and Schmucko here was Luigi. He was Luigi. Yeah.
Okay.
The brother. And he's saying not enough inclusion. So I guess he wants more Spanish actors playing the Italians. I guess is what he wants. I don't know.
Any freaking any press for John Leguizamo at this point is good press, I guess.
Right,
So
good press for him. He
say
just
some shit and get your face out there. So there you
right.
go.
That's sure what it seems
I
like.
mean, shit.
Now, this one strikes a little close to the heart here, man, because we love this guy. We always talk about how he's sticking around like it's nobody's business. Clint Eastwood reportedly prepping final film before retiring.
I wish it
Hollywood
would be a
legend-
Dirty Harry film where his son plays Dirty Harry. That would be cool.
That would be kick-ass, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
His son, he needs to make a movie with his son in it before it's over with.
Look, I tell you
Yeah,
what, man.
I highly recommend you listen to his interview with Joe Rogan sometime.
Yeah.
That's really
his
cool.
sons are Clint Eastwood.
His son talking to Joe
Yeah,
Rogan.
I think I've seen bits of that, but I just
It's
want to say
great.
this quick. I just want to say this real quick.
Yeah.
The Dirty Harry character, Harry Callahan, they redo James Bond all the time.
Yeah.
I would love to see them revisit this character because it is a kick-ass character. And
Yeah.
I think in our day and age, we need to have movies like that. This guy,
Yeah.
he stood up for what he believed, and he didn't apologize for shit. He really did.
treated everybody the same.
Yep.
Treated everybody the same.
Yep.
I'm not going to say what he said, but he
He hated everybody equally,
He
man.
hated everybody.
So
matter.
I would really love to see somebody revisit that character, recast it, and let's see that character again.
Yeah.
We need that, dude. I really do.
You know what my favorite scene in those movies may be? It may be the interview he does when Homegirl comes in, the one that ends up being his partner, when he has to be on the fucking interview team for these people trying to become an inspector. How fast can you run the 100? I just want to know if she knows what law's being broken.
Right?
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
dude.
that's a classic scene, man. It's
It
so
is,
great.
man. But I don't know if you can do Dirty Harry movies anymore, man.
I don't think you could, man. He is completely politically incorrect. That scene
I think
alone,
it
they
says,
couldn't
"Go
do
ahead,
it.
make
It
my
would be
day,
bleeped
man."
out. It would be bleeped out. My God.
Yep.
But anyway, Hollywood legend and Academy Award winner Clint Eastwood may be getting ready to hang it all up. According to a report from Discussing Film, Eastwood is prepping what is being internally billed as the final film of his extensive career.
Yeah.
The site reports that the movie is set up at Warner Brothers, where Eastwood has made all his movies for the past 15 years. They note
What's that?
the film...
Malpuso production company, I think it's always called.
He's got his own production company. What'd
I
you
think
say?
it's Malpuso or whatever you call
Yeah,
it.
it's
I always
a-
see that name.
Malpaso or something like that. It
Yeah,
sounds
something like
almost
that.
Hispanic. They note that the film is thriller, which currently has the title Juror Number 2.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Casting for the
Opportunity
project
missed.
hasn't yet officially begun, but considering the speed with which Eastwood can put his projects together and even getting them finished, more details on the movie could be very likely to be revealed in the coming weeks. So we will keep track of that story right
Yeah,
there,
dude,
my
he's
friends.
1 or 2 takes at the most. He's like, moving on.
Yeah,
Let's go.
move on. We got
You're
it. No
professionals.
problem.
Let's rock and roll on this. shit,
Time
you
is
know?
money. Let's do this. I'm not going to live forever. Let's go.
Just a side note, I watched Any Which Way But Loose last night. Great movie. God darn.
Did you?
Brought back a lot of memories, man. Yeah, great
Oh,
movie.
man. Right turn, Clyde.
Right
Crack!
turn, bye. Fucking bikers, dude.
Fucking- what are they? The Black Widows? Isn't that
The
what they are?
Black Widows,
Oh,
man.
man. Too much, man.
Oh,
That shit
them
is
poor
crazy.
Yeah. bro.
Okay, let's see. We got one more under the purview, and this your son would know more about right here. But I was
Yeah.
shocked by this.
You might have to
E3
get old Bo in on one of our,
Yeah, right. We should have got him
one
in for
time.
this story.
Yeah.
E3 2023 has been canceled. Nearly
Yeah.
a year after the Entertainment Software Association announced that the gaming industry trade event would return in 2023 following its cancellation in 2022, the ESA revealed it again has been canceled. That's it. Throw in the damn towel. It looks like E3 is done, boys and girls. We're going to have to. But then again, here's the thing. One of the reasons why this may be happening is Sony has its own show now. Microsoft has its own show to reveal its games now. That's what they're going to. They're going
so they
to
don't need this format, this
right.
platform
They've
to
already
reveal games.
They don't need to show up there. They've already had their own individual shows.
Yeah,
You know,
well.
it would be like Marvel having their own Comic-Con, DC having their own Comic-Con, and it would just kill San Diego. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing would go. Yeah.
You know, from the fan perspective, though, I think you see that, fans are disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, Gibson has its own station where it reveals new product, blah, 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 but it still goes Summer NAMM. It still goes to Winter NAMM, where, all these big manufacturers go to, show the fans what they're coming out with. So,
yeah.
I mean, sometimes you do things just for the fans,
Yeah.
It's like we talked about before when they talk about these collective bargaining negotiations between ownership and players.
Right.
When are the fans ever a consideration in those negotiations? Never.
Mm-mm.
Ever. Prices just keep going up and up and
They're
up.
worried about their own wallets, baby.
Exactly, dude.
Lining them pockets. Oh,
my
God.
fans, if they can speak by not spending money, and then people,
This is true. If
they
they
would
just
listen.
get hip to that fact, but a lot of them just don't wake up to it, man. A lot of them don't wake up to it. But you know what?
Can you look at this right here? Oh, there you go. This is what I'm talking about. LSU. Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah, I can. I sure can. What do we got here?
Got this from Libby Glass.
Oh, okay. That's got fleur-de-lis all over it, dude.
You got the Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
God
Got
bless
the masks on it and
old
everything.
Libby Glass. God bless them.
Didn't you get the masks as a tattoo on one of your arms? Yeah, there it is. That's one
There
of
you
your
go.
newer pieces, right?
Si,
Rhonda's
senor.
getting a piece. Rhonda's getting a piece soon. You know what she's getting?
What's she getting?
She is getting. Do I have it on here? No, I don't. Or maybe I do. Let me look and see. Yeah, she's getting this one, right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's getting the Royal Fox.
Where's she
On her
getting
arm.
that? On her arm?
She's gonna get her on her arm like I did my Garfield. Kind of like what you're doing. I think she's probably gonna get it below her shoulder. I think.
That's what's up.
But yeah, she's an ink addict like you are, dude. I got a feeling.
Ink addict. The pain is. You just gotta have the pain, dude.
I guess so, man.
Gotta have.
She wants to do it.
Again!
It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy. All right.
Okay.
Wow, man, he is.
Yes! And you got your head all the way up it.
I mean,
Excuse me, we're trying to have fun, boss.
He is relentless,
What do we
dude.
What do we got?
He's an A.
He's an A-hole. Yeah, we got them
Earthquakes.
earthquakes, man.
I mean, I don't know who built these buildings, but the way they're crumbling like dust. I mean, come
Right? What in the
The infrastructure,
fuck is going
terrible.
on here, man? This is nuts.
on. Who built that?
Crazy. Well, boys and girls,
Bullshit.
to start off the earthquakes tonight. Oh my gosh. It's
More
oh no.
booty
He's reared his ugly head again.
Booty
It's-
turn.
Sign your pity on the running kind.
Yo, pity on her money side.
One of Russia's longtime allies said it will arrest Putin if he goes there, leaving him a pariah in a region where he was once dominant, according to Insider. Armenia, a longtime Russian ally, has been increasingly distant.
Look, they're going to be jumping
himself
ship
from
this
Vladimir
guy, man. His allies are going to be jumping ship because this guy right here is way out there taking a crap in the wind. And I don't think you're going to see him leave whatever little fucking bunker he's in. So, good riddance, dude. And he's going to get bumped. Somebody's going to wipe him out. Somebody's going to get him.
Basically, you know, after years of being on his side, this is what they're saying.
You pompous, stuck-up, snot-nosed, English, giant, twerp, scumbag, fuckface, dickhead, asshole.
Yeah, no doubt, dude.
It's going to get worse for him.
That is the common
this
thread.
one here. This has directly to do with a story we did last fall about kids being taken out of out of the Ukraine by the Russian soldiers. As far from the truth as possible, quote, 50 countries condemn speech of Russian children's ombudsman in UN Security Council. Now, tell us what this is about, Dan.
Well, they're trying to put out this spin doctor. She's ahead of that Security Council there, and for children, and they put out this webcast trying to make themselves look like heroes here. That they were just scooping up these kids that were displaced by war, and and it's, I believe, the United States and some other major players actually blocked this feed, so people didn't see this bullshit that they're spitting out there. But yeah, they had this. They're going back.
It says here 50 countries condemned the speech.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I say, the United States and some other countries actually blocked the feed, so it didn't even get out because they didn't want their rhetoric to get out. But yeah, they're scooping these kids up, taking them back to Russia, making them Russian citizens, and then placing them in other homes. I mean, it's atrocious what they're doing, man. I mean, it's war as hell, that's for sure. But this is beyond the pale right here. I mean, it's sick. These kids, their parents, the families, whatever. Yeah, it's bad. So yeah, the civilized world, they're not buying that bullshit. So
apparently not. Apparently they are not. The next one we got here is this girl here, trans woman and new Bud Light partner.
What is this all about?
Mulvaney, now paid by Nike to model sports bras. Yeah, this is Dylan Mulvaney. It's trans chick.
I saw a headline that Travis Tritt dropped his Anheuser-Busch endorsement.
Bud Light put her picture on the side of a Bud Light. Let me see if I can find a picture of it for you. Bud Light can. Hang on. Let me put us big screen. Yeah,
the big
they put her face on the side of a can to symbolize her 1 year as a woman. This is a guy that's transgendering. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Bud.
Is this why Travis Tritt dropped his?
Yes, that's exactly why he did. Okay. Yes.
I saw that
Absolutely.
quickly, and I'm like, what was that all about? But I didn't get a chance to read the article. Wow. I mean, lines are being drawn, and people are being forced to take a side. Yep. Let
me see if I can find a picture.
It's just another case of let's label shit and let's get the people fighting with each other.
Right.
While we rob them blind. I mean, that's this whole thing. I don't give a fuck if you want to be a girl or a guy. I don't care. Live your life. I don't care.
Right.
Rock and roll. But when you're used to draw lines politically and divide people, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
It's not to unite anybody, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's it right there. That's it right there. That's the beer can.
That's the dude chick?
Yeah. That's him.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Her. That's her. Her.
It's a her or
that's a her. Well, okay. That's a him transgendering to a her.
Yeah. All right.
He hasn't had that major surgery yet, if you know what I'm saying.
He's in the hormone phase or some shit like that?
Yeah.
What does it make your shit just shrivel up so you just kind of...
I don't know what it does,
dry up and blow away?
Dude, stop. Stop.
I don't fucking know, man.
Dude.
I'll pray for somebody. If you're going to that lengths, I'll pray for you because
hey, man,
something's...
Look, whatever somebody wants to do, that's fine.
Yeah. Rock and roll, man.
We've said it a million times. Whatever you do behind closed doors is great, but if you're making that your identity, you're barking up the wrong tree, man. You don't need to throw it in people's faces 24/7. Because you know what happens eventually? We react like this.
Room's starting to spin real fast. Because of gayness.
I mean, it just happens that way, So, let's see.
Just say grapes are delicious. Grapes, they're good. Yeah,
grapes. They're thin pancakes. Don't say
it. Colors don't run, Frenchie. I'm not a Frenchie. I'm a Belgie.
All right, let's see. At least 36 killed and 16 injured after well cover
Yeah.
collapses inside a packed temple in India.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God!
mean, that was terrible,
I'm
terrible,
not watching
terrible.
that
Man.
video. At least 36 people lost their lives and dozens more were. Oh man, I'm
They're
sorry.
worshiping.
Excuse me.
They're worshiping.
Yeah, they're in the church.
The
The
fucking
incident took place at the Belisware Mahavidev. Who does? Oh man, I can't even pronounce this
Shibabadab,
stuff.
Tubadab, Tubadab, Tube. Film at 11.
Temple in right. I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11. Let's temple in central India's indoor. Wow, I can't believe I pronounced that right.
Indoor, outdoor arena.
Okay. Local officials said a massive crowd of pilgrims were at the temple for the Hindu festival of Ram Navami.
That's right, dude. The Hindu festival of Ram Nirvana. Everybody knows that, dude.
That's a shame, though.
It really is a
this
sad
thing
story. I remember
happened.
seeing it last
Wow.
week. I set it up on the feed, and I'm like, it's just
Damn.
a lot of people lost their
going
lives.
to the Lord super quicker than they
Yeah.
should. That's just anything happens in a church that's bad. I hate to see that. I mean, it
Yeah, 'cause they're
makes
just
people question
worshiping.
things, you know. This one right here, this I saw this earlier today on TV too. Update: Cash App founder and mobile coin CPO Bob Lee stabbed to death in San Francisco, Rincon Hill neighborhood.
Ass to death.
Yep. Did you read this one?
No, I didn't even. This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
And somebody must not to stab somebody to death. That's a real personal way to kill somebody.
Yeah, but apparently they're blaming it on the homeless people living around there.
California, super cool to the homeless.
Officers responded about 2:35 a.m. to a report of a stabbing at 300 block of Main Street in the city's Rincon Hill neighborhood. Officers found the victim, who was taken to a hospital and succumbed to his injuries there, police said. The city's medical examiner's office had not yet identified the victim as of Tuesday evening, but friends and coworkers of Lee told KPIX he was the victim. Wow.
Well, they've got a serious freaking homeless problem there in San Francisco for real. I mean, Los Angeles, huge homeless problem, man. They've actually given up city blocks in these major cities to the homeless.
Yeah. This guy that's a video blogger on YouTube was on The Insider earlier today and was talking about how he was walking the streets shooting video of the homeless there right before this happened, right when it happened. He was on another part of the street.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, there's
did you
a
see
feed on YouTube.
Kid Rock's not happy too? Yeah, I did see that. Kid Rock's not happy about this Dylan Mulvaney being on the Bud Light can. One of David's favorite musicians was talking about it, saying, "My mom's been a woman for 23,700 days. She's not on a Bud Light can. Rosa Parks ain't a Bud Light can." He just started naming up Joan of Arc in a Bud Light can. You know?
Right.
Yeah. He said yes, and then he says, "Did you?"
And these are groundbreaking women. They didn't show up on freaking Anheuser-Busch can.
I don't know what's. I
whatever.
don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what's up in Colorado Springs there, Real Wade. You got to remember, I'm not watching anything while I'm putting this together. This is all stuff from this week, my brother.
Yeah.
So if it happened today, I probably didn't see it.
Yeah.
Here's another one about a YouTuber. Speaking of that, YouTuber known for pranks. This is, if we had an award for it, it'd be the Fuck Around and Find Out award. I've always thought these guys should not do this.
This guy was in close
known for pranks,
SDA.
shot in the abdomen while filming at a mall. Suspect arrested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Like you said, I've seen these things. A friend of mine shows me these. Tom Henry, our associate producer, if he ever shows up, He sees these things all the time. He shows me. I said, "Look, somebody's gonna get killed doing that shit."
Yeah. He didn't
Just,
die.
I
He got
don't know
shot in the
what these
stomach.
people
He
are
didn't
looking
die,
at.
but
Yeah. Well, he's lucky he didn't die, but somebody's gonna get killed sooner or later.
yeah.
Because that's just stupid. You don't fuck with people like that in real life. You just don't do that.
No. No. Now, here's a good one for victims' rights right here. I applauded when I saw this one. Department of Justice reaches a $144.5 million tentative settlement in the Sutherland Springs mass shooting. This happened in, what town in Texas is this? It happened on November 6th, 2017. First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs, Texas. In July of 2021, the judge ruled that the U.S. Air Force was 60% responsible for the church shooting because it failed to alert the FBI that the shooter, Devin Kelly, was previously investigated and court-martialed for assaulting his then wife and her stepson in an Air Force on an Air Force base, which would have flagged him as barred from purchasing a weapon under the NCIS background check system. So apparently they decided, yeah, you didn't do your jobs. You didn't alert the proper authorities that would have kept him from buying a gun legally. Now, bad guys are going to get guns no matter what.
Absolutely,
But
there. Now, this
it's just-
$144 million that the
It's a-
government pays out, where
it's-
does that come from?
It's well, it comes from us. You know that.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're paying for this.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
We're paying for.
is anybody that's really responsible? Are they really paying a price for this?
No.
No,
that
they're
guy,
not.
That guy was killed on the scene. So, yeah.
And the
Yep.
taxpayers get to pay.
Yeah. Yep,
Awesome.
they do. Yep. But I mean, hey, those families get a little justice. Let's see. It ain't gonna bring their loved ones back. That's for
Nope,
sure, though.
it sure isn't.
All right,
It'll
we
give
got some-
whoever decided to do that, say, look, this is what I did in this case, and da-da-da-da-da.
Another from the good pile. A sense of pride swells across U.S. police ranks as officers hailed the quick, heroic Nashville school massacre response.
Yeah, them boys didn't fuck around.
No, they didn't. They went in there and took care of business. As
Yeah.
bystander and body-worn camera videos have revealed law enforcement failings, from the murder of George Floyd to delayed intervention in the Texas school shooting, even some of the country's most seasoned officers have started to question how U.S. police do their jobs. But this week, swift, bold response, likewise captured on body cam, of officers to an assault at a packed private Christian school in Nashville was prompted a swell of esteem, appreciation, and hope among police across the nation. Many who've struggled with waning community trust and tough recruitment in the face of recent years' scrutiny. So, yeah.
Well, they can thank the freaking media for the tough recruitment because, I mean, they're just painted with a shitty brush anymore. And don't get me wrong, there's some injustice that goes on out there. There is.
Yeah.
No, that's a sliver of the police force. Most of these guys and girls are out there doing that job every day, grinding it out through the freaking muck and the filth, and they try to make things better. But you don't see that. You only see the shit, you know?
Yeah.
Again, that's how you separate a society. You gotta fuck with them and separate them. So kudos to those guys, their quick response. And, you know, I've said this before. Every time I've had to deal with the cops, it's not been good, but I still appreciate the job that they do. I wouldn't want to do it personally, and I respect the badge, man. Yeah, I do.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, we got a couple more here under earthquakes. New research reveals we were told a massive 50-year-long lie about this common household appliance.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why. New reporting from the accountability site DeSmog reveals the gas industry knew about these risks for decades.
Yep. And our government did as well.
Wow.
and they chose, and back in the 70s they did, there's reports about this and the effect it had on people, and specifically 1 in 8 children developed asthma because of the inhalants they're inhaling from these gas stoves. And you and I grew up with these things.
Yeah.
And if you have that's your choice. But as a homeowner and as a person that buys these appliances, we need total transparency. And if they're pumping out poison, something would affect our children. It would be nice to know that, but the government and the big gas companies chose to cover this information up, and the result is what it is. So when big business and government are hand in hand, we the people will lose out every time. So it's an interesting article. I know that we grew up with this
Exhibit A, Big
Yeah.
Pharma.
Yeah, big pharma. Boom.
Yeah, for sure. In one of the funnier stories that I saw this week, packages of cocaine worth more than $100,000 washed up on Florida beaches. Of course, it's Florida.
Whoopsie.
The packages of cocaine worth more than $100,000
Cocaine shark.
on several cocaine shark. They actually have a low budget movie called Cocaine Shark coming out pretty soon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not shitting. Packages of cocaine worth more than $100,000 washed up on several Florida beaches, authorities said Tuesday. The drugs were found on 3 different Walton County beaches on Monday and Tuesday. Officials said each package was marked with a different design, including one that appeared to mimic the Chanel logo.
The Chanel number 5.
According to images posted on Facebook by the Walton County Sheriff's Office.
I'll tell you what, however many different package symbols there are, that's how many pieces those guys are in that lost this shipment. That's how many pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll revisit that. We'll revisit that very soon.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, man. But boys and girls, it's come that time of the night.
It's that time of the night.
It's that time of the night, boys and girls. You know what? You better buckle your chin strap. You better get ready. I got to tell you now. Because the LSU Tigers won the national championship. You know what time it is, boys and girls. You know what time it is. It's time. But get your pads on. Buckle your chin strap.
Turn out the lights.
It's time to turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Man, he jolted that dude.
He's off launched.
Dude,
Just
decleated. Unbelievable. He's lucky he kept his helmet on, man.
He's
Damn.
lucky he's not today to talk about that.
Right.
He got
squashed.
brutalized, dude.
Yeah, he
Boom.
did.
Scary.
Man. All right, boys and girls. Let me see. Did I upload that picture? Let me go ahead and do that real fast. Today, guys, I attended a funeral of a guy that actually graduated with my brother. He didn't know him. They weren't friends or anything, but he knew of him.
Yeah, knew of.
I probably knew him better than you did because he was in ROTC when he was a freshman.
Yeah.
But his name is Todd Ostermeyer. God love him. He passed away due to complications of diabetes. And I just wanted to say something about him today. I'm going to go ahead and read the post I put on Facebook. I said, thanks to everyone who came out on this wet Tuesday, because it rained here all day today. Tuesday morning to remember Todd Ostermeyer. There was a gentleman named John who served with him. When he found out he passed away with no family, he got on his bike and rode the 800 miles from South Carolina to be here for him. He actually mentioned in his remarks that Todd was a prankster, which we all knew that, those that knew him in school. Thanks to the Airline Parkway and Parkway High School ROTC units for representing. Thanks to Bill Navarro is how I know him. I'm not going to say his Facebook name, but he showed up. He's a veteran, and he's a coworker of mine, and he shows up to a lot of these things for people he knows have no representation at these things. And he's a coworker of mine and fellow vet and friend for coming representing. Let's see. And Dana Michelle, they did read your list of our classmates who couldn't be there. Todd passed with no family. I think this service today in Northwest Louisiana Veterans Cemetery showed he had a family. They just aren't blood. If you want to visit Todd when you come here, and I gave the garden and the plot number, Godspeed, brother. But they have, I talked to some people there, and they have several services like this when a veteran dies with no family, because they have the right to a veteran's funeral. And,
Absolutely.
So I just want to encourage people, if you know of anybody like this that doesn't have a family, try and represent. Try and go see him. See him off, because it's. I was very, very moved by the guy that came down and spoke for him, and served with him in the Air Force, and knew him rather well.
You develop those relationships when you're in the military, and that's a bond that never goes away. Because you guys.
It's the strongest thing other than blood.
Yeah.
It is. It just is. I know guys from my military days. I'll always talk to them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So if
Godspeed there, Todd. Godspeed.
Yeah, for sure. But what I wanted to really bring attention to, though, is there's a lot of veterans die out there without families, and if you have the time and you can do it, show up. Show them the respect they deserve in their last action on Earth before they go on the ground. That's all I'm saying. Okay, well, it's that time, boys and girls.
Let's do this.
You've heard from a lot of stupid people today. A lot of stupid people. But
Stupidity.
there's one. There can be only one. That's what
only
the Highlander believes. There can be only one. And that one gets the Simple Jack Award.
Simple Jack.
You know what the Simple Jack Award is, guys. You know what it is. It's these people that are trying to do the right thing. They're trying to get things done correctly, but they just can't get it right, man. And this guy in particular, this time around, boy, he may be the granddaddy of them all. I'm not sure, Dan.
That's one phone call I'm sure he wishes he never made, man.
Right? Let me read the headline real quick, and you can tell them all about it. A Texas man bragged about stealing $50,000 from the Mexican drug cartel. He was kidnapped less than 2 hours later and is still missing.
So he calls an acquaintance, a girlfriend, blah, 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 at like 11:50 something on the 23rd, bragging about how he just stole $50,000 of direct Mexican drug cartel money. And less than 2 hours, they show up at this guy's house, they assault him, and they kidnap his ass. And there, if you read that article, there's witnesses said that a bloody person is trying to get out of the passenger seat as it's going across the border, man. And he hasn't been heard or seen from since. The article goes on to say, they had the make and model of the vehicle. They arrest the driver that comes back across. He admits to, the kidnapping and blah, blah, blah. And he's been, he's been put in jail. He's been arrested. And there's warrants out for the other people that are, are part of that, but they'll never find them. And that dude, he's in pieces, probably 50,000 pieces. He'll never be seen again. Know your place in the world, okay? Know your
how
place.
Dumb are you?
If you're in the jungle, we all live in the jungle. This is the jungle we live in. don't fuck with the Lions, man, because you will get torn apart. And this guy fucked with the Lions. He laughed about it, and they came and got his ass, dude. He went full retard, and that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard.
Never
He
go
went full retard, man.
He went off the charts, dude. He went off the charts.
We got to say it
Never
again.
go full retard.
Never go full retard.
Dude, even if you pull
Hey,
that
you don't-
off,
Lions,
don't
man.
talk about it. No,
Just don't even
come
give it back.
on.
If you know where it comes from, you better give that shit back.
Give
Call
it back.
Say, go get your
Right?
shit.
I mean, even my man in Drive said, I'm ready to give you this money back, right?
Take this shit, dude. I don't want it.
I don't want it. Come get this shit. Oh, my God, man.
That guy's off the chart in the retard
Yeah,
scale,
he
man.
is.
That guy was
Yeah.
off the chart. And now
Yeah.
he's gone. You never
He is
see it.
definitely gone, man. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Because, he was fucking around in the...
It's dangerous. Your obsession with me. Seriously, Lana, call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone. From Top Gun. You're in the,
Danger zone!
Don't they know you're in the...
Danger zone!
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Dude, you know full well, when he called that girl, she called somebody right away. Said, look, he's got that money.
Hey,
Man,
can I
got
get a
nothing to
piece
do
of
with that."
this? Can I get a piece of this? I know where he's at.
Gave him up that quick, dude, because she didn't want to die. Shit. Yeah, wow.
God. All right, boys and girls, that's it for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to let you know what's going on with the channel, but I do have to tell you what's up with this.
This was so, dude.
And by the way, I got to show you guys this. This was my April Fool's headline, by the way. Reason for Andrew Tate's sudden release revealed: diplomatic immunity. Biden names Andrew Tate new U.S. ambassador to Romania. And the sad part is, the only person I got with it is our mother. Damn it. She thought it was a real thing. Shit. So I had to explain.
Honestly,
it to
guy,
her.
we talked about that pre-show. I don't even know who that guy is, man. I don't even know.
Yeah, I just know him from YouTube circles. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, boys and girls. You know you're watching The Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do this every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Central. And we'll be back next week for another show where we hack through the headlines of today and tell you what's really going on. And then tonight, you'll be able to watch me play some video games. Little video games, cocktails, and fails with Papa Joe Gamer after dark. And tonight it's going to be, I'm going to start with Injustice 2. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it the whole 2 hours, but I'm going to start with Injustice 2 because I dig that game. That's a fun game. So tune in for that at 10 p.m. Central. And of course, you can see me Saturday doing the pages of the Privateer. We're going to do a little catch up. So if you're behind on the story, tune in at 1:30 Central Time Saturday afternoon, and Justifier Jim and I will catch you up on where we're at on the comic book development. And then, of course, we've got the wrestling show on Pop Culture Minefield, Dork Side of the Ring, named that way for the Dork Knight, the host of the show. I'm his sidekick, and I do a section of the show called State of the Apron, which we're going to have an interview here, not this weekend, but next weekend, with a friend of my brother who is actually a independent wrestler. We'll be talking to Nikki Victory this week, and we'll have her on State of the Apron in another week. So that's all brought to you at 1 p.m. Central on Sunday afternoons, Pop Culture Minefield and KGRA Digital Broadcasting. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, you can watch me get together with all my friends. Sometimes Danny shows up. Sometimes some of my YouTube friends show up, and I come in with a few ideas for what to talk about, and we just go where the chat takes us, man. It's a very loose, just buddies hanging out, talking kind of thing. The State of the Atmosphere, and that's every Wednesday night at 5:30 in the evening Central Time. So, for my brother, there can be only one, Hylunder, and
Go Tigers.
national champion.
Go Tigers.
That's right, man. That's right. That man bleeds purple and gold. Believe that.
Yeah,
He loves it. He look, and he's so superstitious. He didn't even watch his game.
Nope.
Didn't even watch it. Didn't want to see it.
I hadn't
Just
seen.
'cause they
I
lost.
followed. They had a great season. I followed them all year, but I never watched a game. And I was asked, "Are you going to watch the title game?" I said, "Nope." Nope.
But
Don't
that's
put the
okay.
jinx on-
The proof's in the pudding.
Go Tiger, go! Go Tiger, go Tiger.
All right. And with that, boys and girls, I want you to take care of each other. And until we see you again, keep on keeping on. God bless.